Just give me a second if anybody's watching. Just getting this going, shutting off the Wi-Fi on one of my devices so that it doesn't eat off my Wi-Fi in my room. Let me just access my video. So 1 second. Okay. If anybody's in the room, just give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. I promise. Just give me 1 segundo. Almost there. Do 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 do. Let's see. Let me turn the volume off of my video. Hi Tina, how are you, darling? It's been forever and a day. How you been? Hello, Raggedy Girl 1. What reunion are you speaking of, doll? Just gonna give people a few minutes to kind of, jump in. We're gonna be doing some painting, and I'm also, hopefully if I get enough time, I'm going to be altering this fan. So that's my goal for today. Yeah, I hear you. It's been a hectic month for me as well. Hey, Dana. How are you? So, Jackie asked me on my Wednesday live stream if I would paint a picture for her of a lighthouse, and she wanted dolphins in the scene, and she wanted like a purple and orange kind of sky. That's something that I've never really done, so this should be fun and interesting. All right, Raggedy. Will do. So hopefully it'll come out well. This will be interesting. Very, very interesting. To say the least. Just get a pencil here because I know I'm going to need it. So just bear with me while everybody starts kind of flowing in into the room. Just getting some supplies ready. I have some paints that I've put on the side. Just pulling out some brushes I might need. I'll definitely be needing a pencil. Okay, I don't need that anymore, so this is fine. Alright, so I don't need that charging. Aw. Well, thank you for joining us today, love. You've definitely been missed. So let's see. We just got some supplies that I think I'm going to need. And we'll see how this goes. Now, don't mind my brushes. I'm not the best caregiver when it comes to my brushes. Something I have to learn to do or be better at is maintaining my brushes, because I really suck at that. Terribly so. Please. We love you too, Tina. I got my water. I got me a little ceramic plate so that I can do some paint mixing. And I found this piece of cardboard, so she's super duper lucky because I had no idea what I was going to do this on. So what I did is I found this piece of cardboard and I've gessoed it with some of Deco Art Media gesso. So I added a layer of that on top just to kind of protect the surface of the cardboard a little bit, because you know how that is. Hello, Tri Customs. Hi, Brandy. So we're going to be doing another kind of seascape type of thing. But this time, you know, it'll be over the water as opposed to under the water. So hopefully this will work out well. And just going to get some paints out so that I can work off of them. I've pulled out quite a couple of colors. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using them all, but I did pull out quite an amount just in case. I might just get some red. Definitely going to use some yellow in this. So I've got two purples. I got dioxine purple and I also got purple pizzazz, which are Americana paints. Well, everything is an Americana paint, one way or the other. I've also got primary blue. I've got this orange, which is like it's like a warm orange. It's called Jack-o'-lantern orange. And I've got this one, which is true red. And I'm also going to be using this patio paint, which is really an outdoor paint that they have, an acrylic outdoor paint. But I really like the yellow, so I'm hoping that this will mix well with what I have. So then I'm also going to be using some warm white. So I hope that I can accomplish this. This is not going to be easy for me. I'm used to painting regular skies, you know, with the regular blue and white kind of situation. So I hope that I can get this well. So I'm just going to go adding some paints here and refilling as I need. A little bit of that red over here because I know I won't be using too much red. And then I think I'm going to start with the dioxine purple, and then once I use that all up, I'll probably go into it with a little bit of the purple pizzazz. Hey Nix, how you doing? Gotta bust the wraps on some of those because some of them still have the wrapper on. Some primary blue. And then some of this yellow, which is called sunshine yellow. And I have no idea, you guys, how this is gonna go. But what I did do is that, let me just find these pictures here. I did download some pictures to kind of give me a rough idea, even though my brain doesn't communicate too well with rough ideas. But I hope that I can get it, downloads. So this is, will it turn sideways? No. Hopefully you guys can see it well. Maybe you can't. But it's kind of like a purplish, really deep purple in the top, and then some orangey red, and then a little bit lighter as it goes down. And then I got this image of a dolphin jumping out of the water so that I can hopefully get that in there. Okay, not that. And then I got this image of a lighthouse. So hopefully I'll be able to somehow implement those some way, somehow. The first thing that I'm going to work on, of course, is the sky. which I wish this thing would go a little bit wider, but I'm gonna just put that back there, just for inspirational purposes to see where we go. See where we go. And from my picture here, it looks like a lot of the purple is kind of coming off from this side here. And then we have some oranges coming off over here. And then a little bit of the brighter area here. This image is also going to have some kind of ocean going on, because obviously the dolphins can jump out of the clouds. That would be nice. But so I got to put some kind of ocean somewhere down in here. So I'm just going to start kind of dividing my canvas up into some form of section by just lightly kind of drawing. Sorry about the noise outside, but you guys know I live pretty much, my window's right off the street. So I'm gonna come to it like right in here. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna divide this like into fourths more or less, but I'm gonna really be focusing on the main first half. The rest, the other half, is pretty much gonna be mostly sky. And then hopefully, if I have time and this doesn't, my OCD doesn't kick in, because we all know that's happened plenty of times. Yes, Rhonda. Then hopefully I'll get into doing alternating a fan, which is something that I want to do. I've showed you guys this fan before. I have 2 of them. I don't know where the other one. Oh yeah, I have it right here. I have 2 of them, so it's either gonna be this white one, which I love, or this wrong way, right here, or this black one, which is also very pretty. So one of these 2 hopefully will get altered today, but if they don't get altered today, then this is definitely going to be my next project to do on my live stream, because I got to get one of those things done. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of lightly give myself kind of like a grounds level here, and then on this section here, this is going to pretty much be mostly water. So just kind of coming into it and just dividing off my sections so I know how far down my sky can go. Okay, the fire, not the fire, but the lighthouse, I think I'm going to put it off. Let me see. So the purple's coming from here, the light is coming from here. So maybe I can put the lighthouse on this side. That way I can really keep this nice and dark up in this section here. So let's see how this is gonna go. So just gonna kind of sketch in a little bit of what my lighthouse is gonna be, and that's actually a little wide. So I don't need it to be that wide. Something like that. And why is it when you need an eraser, you don't find one? Hopefully this will do. Because even though I am going to paint over most of this, I know I'm going to try to keep this like really light in this section here so that it doesn't interfere with how my lighthouse is going to come out. And then I know this is going to have some kind of something or the other here to kind of where the light is stored. So I'm going to put like a circle there. And I'm not worrying too much about the details of the lighthouse right now. This is going to be coming down kind of like off to here. This is all going to be rock or some kind of ground. And then all of this area is going to be kind of like water. And the light is going to kind of come down in this direction somehow. That's the trickiest part for me, is actually getting this light source down the paper, like it's actually shining you know, some kind of light. So we'll see how this works. Hello, Nada. So hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, you guys. Hopefully this is gonna work. So I am going to start with a really big brush. This is a 20 Bright, and it's pretty much just a kind of like a stiffer brush, nice and square. And I'm going to start pulling in some of this purple. and maybe a little bit of this blue. So that I can get kind of like and I'm not really pressing too hard on it as I'm doing it. I'm just kind of allowing the bristles to touch it, and then I'm just kind of rotating it or giving it somewhat of like a swirl as I go. And right now I kind of have my brush half and half. It's kind of half blue and half purple. I didn't really go too deep into mixing them just yet. Who else is here? Hello, Zebby. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Um, and then I'll get deeper with the colors as I go. Kind of like in there. I added a little bit of that red in there. To kind of just intensify some of these colors as I go. And pretty much just trying to get most of this paint off of this brush as I'm doing this. So this is gonna be kind of like to answer Nadia's question, this is gonna be kind of like last week when I was live, I was asked by Jackie to do a lighthouse with like purple and orange skies. So this is my attempt at doing that. She wanted a lighthouse in there, and she wanted some dolphins kind of jumping out of the water. So I like to challenge myself, and this is definitely one of those that is going to be somewhat challenging for me. So I turn my canvas kind of like around so that I can get some clouds going in other directions as well. It just makes it a lot easier when you can actually turn it. So for right now, just kind of adding that in there. And what I am doing might not be, you know, exactly what needs to be done, but this is how I do stuff. Hey Liz, how you doing, girl? So right now I'm just mostly worried about covering up most of this canvas without going into my water area. Yes, Brandy, we're all still super cray cray. Sometimes things when you start them off, they don't look exactly like you want them to look, but sometimes you just gotta keep at it and see what happens. Like right now, I am not super satisfied, but um, right now I think I'm just gonna concentrate on getting most of this color in there, and then just seeing what happens with the rest of it. You like it, Brandy? You a hot mess, girl. That's why you like it. Dysfunctional minds think alike. Um, so let's see here. So I'm using a round brush now, just trying to get a little bit more. Um, Let me mix a little bit of this red, a little bit of this blue. Just see what kind of purple I come up with. I love mixing colors. Sometimes I get mud. A lot of times I get mud because I won't lie. But every now and then, something nice comes out. So this is supposed to be like a really dark kind of night, I guess. Because the skies are purple. Does anybody know what makes the skies purple? I don't know. You'll get it done, Tina. You're resourceful. And if you don't, there's always when you come back. So that's always a good thing. So I'm just kind of dabbing this in there. Like however it falls, it kind of falls. Um, there's going to be some parts that are going to show through. So hopefully that'll just give me added dimension when it comes to the clouds themselves. And sometimes they look a lot better through the video than what I'm seeing with my eyes. So hopefully this is one of those situations where it just shows itself so much better. I have one of those. I'm going to do that to add the highlights into it once I get a lot of these base colors in there. Right now, I think based on what this picture is showing me, which is just a lot of layered, let me see. How's my screen restless? Oh, dark. That's why you guys couldn't see it. Durr. Um, There's a lot of different kind of like layering going on. Just bands of dark and lighter clouds, blue clouds, purple clouds, kind of coming down the scene. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna try to somehow replicate that somehow, and just go in with darker and then lighter and see what happens. I'm so mad, you guys, because I went on Michael's, well, obviously.com, right? And I was looking for some of those papers, and I actually found some paper pads, and they still had them in stock. By the time that I got to the register, they were sold out. Well, you know, to the checkout, they were sold out. I was mad as heck. I was gonna get them for like $4, and then by the time I got there, it was like, oops, denied. I was like, what, you mother lover? Now, obviously, these these bottled paints are not gonna be the same texture or the same consistency as the ones you pull out from the tube. The ones you pull out from the tube tend to be a little bit thicker, therefore allowing you to blend a little bit more in certain places, or get a different kind of result. So hopefully, with that in mind, this will still somehow come out okay. Now these bands are kind of like coming from a diagonal perspective, but I'm just doing them pretty much all over the place. Hi Janet. Hello Crafty Joy. I was so pissed, Brandy. You don't understand. I had all four of them. I had four of them that were available for online, which never happens. Okay, for the 12 by 12 to be $4 on Michaels online, that never happens. So I was like jumping for joy internally when I saw that that was the case, and I was like, oh my God, please, 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 let this be, let this be, let this be. Yeah, let this be, all right. By the time I got to the cart, I only had one. I was not gonna pay $7 to ship one paper pad that was gonna cost me $4. So I just got upset and left the whole thing. Because I can't do those. Let's see how this pure pumpkin looks. Hey, Carmelita. I haven't heard nobody call me that in ages. YouTube, I am not responsible for the music that is played outside of my house. Don't get funky on me. So let's see how this works. I didn't really clean up much, most of my brush. I just kind of going in there with some of this still being on there, even though it's kind of like creating a muddy kind of color. Hopefully I'll be able to brighten up some of that moving forward. And again, just kind of tapping this thing in because I'm not really sure in which direction everything is kind of going yet. So let's see. Okay, stay there, brush. I need some red. I'm thinking I'm also going to be going live tomorrow for the Christmas in July hop. So I think I'm going to be creating live with you guys tomorrow as well. But if I do that, then I'll probably do that sometime early. Um, well, no, I can't do it tomorrow early. It'll have to be sometime in the afternoon because tomorrow's my birthday, you guys. Yay, me, I made it another year. So it'll have to be sometime. Oh, wow. I didn't even plan that. It'll be sometime tomorrow. I just don't know what time right now. I thought I had it figured out, but I guess I don't. Um, so this is going to be interesting. Tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday. Let's see. I got some really, really bright spots down here. So how can I brighten this up? A little bit of red. Supposed to be some kind of a sunset happening here. I'll have to see how I get that in there. Right now I'm just tapping in all these different paints just to see what kind of happens here, what hot mess pops out of this whole situation with this purple. Purple is not my favorite color, as most of you guys know. I'm learning to like it little by little, but it is really not my go-to color. It's actually on one of the least of my favorite, to be honest. So this right here is really, really, my mind is like, what are you doing? It's not comprehending what I'm trying to do. So it's literally fighting with me right now. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. That's because you're an old soul, Brandy. You're an old soul. Let me tap a little bit of this white in there. Let's kind of brighten that up a little bit. Just tapping in some of this white in there. I really hope this thing comes out. Because I'm starting to feel worried. Worried. Orange and purple. Lord, oh Lord. And the crazy thing is an actual thing. The sky actually looks purple and orange. Isn't that amazing? Listen, age is a mental thing, you guys. Age is a mental thing. As long as you feel young, you shall be young forever. Forever. Did you hear me? This paint dries really, really quick. Let me see what I could do with this sponge. Maybe if I look at it from a different perspective. I gotta somehow blend these things in together. So let's see how we're gonna do this. How we gonna do this, Brutus? A little bit of that yellow. It looks so bright and pink on the thing, so let's get some white in there. Let's get a little pink in there. Some white looks so much brighter on the actual, on the picture, obviously, because I'm recreating it. Yes, it is the good and bad. Sometimes you want this stuff to kind of dry quick, but sometimes you really don't. In this case, I would prefer it to kind of not dry so quickly right now, and then pick up the pace when I need it to. uh, right now, it's just not it's not really doing what I wanted to do. So I'm just trying to layer in some of these clouds now. Where's that red? Let me get some of that red. Get some of that purple. I guess this patio paint is really thin. Well, this is not patio paint. No, this is primary red. It's really, really thin. For what I'm trying to do. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We got a little bit of this blue mixed in with some of this purple. Yeah, I don't think this is what Jackie meant when she said she wanted a purple and orange sky. Yeah, I don't think this is what she meant. Thank you, Janet. I'll take that. I kind of need that right now, that little bit of encouragement, because I am not feeling so positive about my purple and orange sky. I'll be honest with you guys. But I'm going to stick with it because, again, like I say, you never know what it turns out to. And sometimes the end result might surprise the living heck out of you. And then you'll be like, how the heck did I do that? I don't even know how I got there. So I'm going to grab a little pinch of that blue. So I'm kind of, this thing has like all these different cloud formations on it. So maybe I didn't pick the best image to kind of dictate to my mind, like, okay, do this, do that. Um, so I'm just kind of doing this for right now and just hoping that it comes out okay overall. Thank you, Brandy. I'm trying. That's for sure. You guys know I am trying. I am trying my hardest right now to get some of this situation somewhat under control. And I got purple, orange, and white all together on the sponge just to see uh, what happens. I guess overall I'm trying to get this illusion of like light kind of coming through, um, which might not be happening too well right now, but I'm gonna keep with it because God knows I ain't no quitter. So I just kind of pinch it really, really tight and turn it into somewhat of a curve so that I can get some of these rounder edges as opposed to kind of getting them straight out, with the little straight edges. And then I just use that little rounded ball um, to kind of get these little puffy spots in this cloud. It's supposed to be, Joy. Wow, Tina. I had that happen to me the other day, but there was a sub and then they thumbed it down and they unsubscribed. So I kind of knew that it was the same thing because they literally happened at the same exact time. That really sucks, Tina. I get them too. I think most of us here, well, maybe not all of us, but definitely a lot of us here, um, can relate to that. And it really sucks. And the thing is that they're your fan at the end of the day because they're literally watching your stuff and then thumbing it down. And then they won't unsubscribe. So that means they like what you do for the most part, or they at least use it for inspiration, okay? And then they just, haters on the low low. Okay, I gotta start getting some of this orange in here. So how am I gonna do that? Am I gonna start going blue, red, and then more red, and then a little bit of blue? Let's see. Exactly. Hey, Tanya. How you doing? People sometimes be the worst, you know? It's such a bad quality to be a hater. And then the thing is, if they at least gave you useful criticism, I'm all down for useful criticism. They could be like, listen, I gave you a thumbs down because I didn't like this, that, or the third. I'll be like, okay, I understand that. I can appreciate that. That will help me grow. But at the end of the day, they do it and they don't even say nothing that is constructive, criticism or anything. They just give you the thumbs down and keep it moving, which is such coward stuff. At least to me, it is. Like, I could at least accept it and maybe even deal with it a little bit better if there was like, you know what, I kind of like your other content better, or, why don't you get back to doing this or get back to doing that? Then I could be like, okay, I could work with that. But sometimes, these simpletons, it's a damn shame. So my clouds is like, they're starting to build a little bit. They're starting to build. We'll see what happens. Hi, Linda. I didn't even see you there. Yes, they hide behind the fact that YouTube will not let you know who it is. And I understand YouTube does it in order so that people, don't get jumped out of nowhere. So people don't, go grabbing gats or whatever it is that they do nowadays. But it doesn't really help the creator of the content. This whole anonymity thing doesn't really help. My nail of mine. I'm pinching this thing so hard, my nail literally chopped off the whole top of this thing. Yeah, I went through that emotional roller coaster. I was like, I just put the video up like 5 minutes ago. How I get a thumbs down? Like, they literally didn't even have enough time to watch the whole thing. Like, what was the point of that? Now I just laugh. I'm like, wow. Okay, it's time to cut this piece off because it is literally starting to muddy the heck out of my painting. Let's keep it going. Where are we? Okay, some of this yellow, some of this orange, and a little dab of red. More yellow, a little orange, a little dab of red. A little dab of white. Let's see. I need more orange. Where's my other yellow? I need another yellow. That's not yellow. That's buttercream. Bright yellow. Can I just get an ordinary yellow? Please, oh please. This says yellow. This does not look like a yellow to me. Yeah. That's because they want you to do more videos, Janet. They're probably mad that you don't do that many videos. So they're probably like, do more videos. Let's see this yellow. Okay, it's not. Let me mix it with this yellow. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, what the heck is going on with my chair? Alright. Let's see what happens now. So I'm trying to work more with the yellows and the, the yellows, the orange, and the reds down here. And see what happens, because this is supposed to be like a night scene, I guess. Just a little bit of red. Can't even hardly see it. Okay, so white. I can see the white. Maybe I'll do that instead. Maybe I'll start streaking it in there. Some of this yellow, some of this orange, some of this white. This might have been easier for me to do than all this dabbing I've been doing. Lord help me. See what happens? I always tell you guys I do things backwards only to do them forward. That's right, Tina. Yes, they can, Brandy. One minute they're your friends, then the next minute they don't talk to you. Or, you know, they're always trying to updo what you're doing or downdo what you're doing. It's always some BS. That's why I try to keep what happens here, like on mine, on some cool, calm, and collected. Always arms are open, doors are open. Just trying to keep it cool and kosher. Because it's like the worst. Especially when you think that people can be your friends. Like, it's kind of hard. Boy, does that look nice. Unlike the sky right now. Lord help me. But let's see how I fix that. You're gonna try to paint? You should. You should, Brandy. I encourage anybody that can to try it. It doesn't even matter what you're painting. Something is better than nothing. It's good, but it's not good, Brandy. It's driving me crazy. But you guys know it's not that hard. I go crazy very quickly. Very, very quickly. I start kind of losing the marbles. And then the one person I'm doing this for is not even here today. And my brush is pretty much dry. If you guys have seen, I haven't really put it in the water. Other than the one time I cleaned it. It's pretty much dry brushing on some paint. Um, that's all that I'm really doing. I find glue in my face and everything else close to me every time I call. Oh, please. I've done everything here got spots. Why couldn't this girl ask me to do a story night or something like that? I might just do that to hide some of this craziness that is going on over here. I'm not gonna get rid of all the puffy clouds that I have because I do like how some of them came out, but I am gonna get rid of some of them. I'm just gonna leave some of them in there, but I'm gonna flatten out a lot of these crazy color situation that I had kind of going on here. And I'm not really applying much pressure to this thing for the most part. I'm just kind of letting it kind of fall where it wants to fall. Letting it kind of do its own thing. Yes, Tanya, we learned those lessons the hard way, girl. We surely do. And it's a shame because it shouldn't be like that. I saw that happening here very soon in my stay. Which really does suck. I'm probably doing like every single artist's mistake on this one. All right, Debbie, thanks for joining. Have a good night, girl. Enjoy the rest of the day with your family. I want one of those mermaid stamps too, Brandy. You got me watching all the stuff that you're making with those mermaid stamps, and I'm like, oh. Jelly, jelly, jelly. All the way. Alright, so this crazy, crazy little painting adventure of mine had me forgetting uh, which way I was kind of going. And as always, you guys know that I overwork the heck out of something, right? I can't help it. I be trying. Now, once this dries, then I'll add the sun to it. Um, I don't want to take it there. I still want to kind of come in here and do, I still want to have a chance to do the fan. Okay, you guys, I'm back. One of the good things and the bad things about this whole situation is that the app on this phone for some reason turns off on its own and I have to reactivate it. But it allows me to resume, so don't fear, my pets. Do not fear. Well, Jackie's not here, so I mean, I was making this for her, but I wanted her input on it, so I don't know what's gonna happen now with this situation here. Let me get a little bit of this yellow, and I'm gonna get a little bit of this true red, no, primary red. I'm gonna mix these two together. And this does not give me what I want. What the heck? I'm gonna end up making so much orange paint. I don't even need that much. Okay, this is not working for me. So, okay, this is not working for me the way I want it to work for me, so back to my tried and true. Try not to press too much on it because I do have some of this purple still on here, and I have not cleaned my brush off. Trying to bring some of this orangey kind of color into the scene a little bit more. Bring it more into this purple somehow. This almost looks like the water. Hola Isabel, ¿cómo estás? If the thing starts to spin, it's not because the video is buffering, it's because the app shut down. So if you guys see that it starts to spin, just let me know. Okay. It's gonna stay like that for right now. So I got other stuff to work on. And I gotta get myself a thin little brush. And I'm gonna be adding some details to that later, but I'm gonna start working on this lighthouse. So the first thing I'm gonna do, what color do I want? What color should I make the lighthouse? I need some suggestions. Lighthouse, any particular color? Dark gray, Dana says. White, blue, and red, Brandy says. So dark gray with white, blue, and red. Okay, so let's see. Dark gray with white, blue, and red. Alright, so let's get some blue on here, that's for sure. Get some more blue. Gray, I heard, so I'm going to get a little bit of black in here. And so white, blue, red, and make it light and bright. Okay, so let's see. What can I do? I can make it with stripes. Some kind of stripe situation happening here. Red. Primary red. Can make some stripe situation happening. So I think what I'll do is, as far as the gray, I'm gonna turn that into like the rock aspect here. All the rocks that are gonna be here are gonna probably be with that gray tone, and then I'll just use that gray tone to more or less add darker accents, like the lights are off in certain parts of the tower, meanwhile the light bright is on in other aspects of the tower. So I think how I'm gonna go at this is to paint the whole thing white first. So if I'm gonna do that, let me just get into this white. So I'm going to paint the whole thing white first so that I can at least get some kind of a structure. And then I'll build from there. Push some of these paints back. And let me get this picture of this lighthouse here. kind of comes up at an angle. So kind of like so. Now my lines are always crooked, you guys. That's just a part of my nature. So let's see. I got the separation now. Just pretty much trying to use up all this white paint that was drying on me anyway, to kind of help me get this base. And then for the light, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually mix some yellow with some glue or some kind of like a medium that'll make the yellow somewhat translucent and make the light a little bit translucent, so that as it dries it will not overpower this, and I can make it look like light is shining down. Fingers crossed, hopefully it works. I've never tried it, but I have seen the use of adding like gel mediums and stuff like that to paint to make them look like kind of translucent. So I'm gonna try that and see if that'll help me make this light source without it interfering too much with the sky itself, and hopefully that'll work. Okay, so I have that. Let me get some more white so that I can finish building here. Light gray. Yes, I'm just right now getting the outline going of where the lighthouse is, and where everything else is gonna be. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And as a matter of fact, let me switch brush now. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that, more so than anything else right now. Where are my little brushes? How come I could never find stuff when I'm looking for it? So from what I saw, they have some kind of a tower thing. This one has some kind of like a gated something or the other. I guess some kind of a walkway that allows you to kind of walk around it. So I'm gonna try to add that in there. It's got like this little walkway thing. It's kind of gated. You should, Dana. You should paint. Painting is very relaxing. Alright, so I'm going to create some kind of fencing there, but the first thing I'm trying to do is kind of get a feel for how far out I want this to kind of go. Need a little bit of water there. It's a little dry. So I'm trying to bring this out, maybe like to there. So that it's not all like one, one blob of a shape. It's got some kind of dimension happening here. And then we have a situation here going on. I'm gonna leave that alone and keep it moving. I think I'm going to stamp and watercolor. I got some more to do. We all are. Well, I know I am, Brandy, so don't feel bad. We all are. And if we're not, we definitely started there. That's for sure. So let's see. So this is where he sleeps, I'm gonna say. Or she, because maybe she's a lighthouse keeper. Can definitely be a she. So this is like her quarters there. And then this is where the light kind of comes through. And there's kind of like a canopy thing there. So let's see how that turns out. There's a little stick there. I might have gone too far with the little canopy. Let's see. Whose paint spinners are fun. That's like one of the oldest toys. Thank you, Linda. I knew it. So Dana just not Dana, Linda just confirmed that there were many women lighthouse keepers due to their husbands passing on and allowing them the privilege of living stuck in a tower and saving the ships. So let's see. So we have blue. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this blue, a little bit of this white. Let's just kind of brighten that up a little bit because I don't want it to be too dark. And light. Just a little sliver of red going down the inside of this. Drying it off, going back in with the blue. You know, I don't blame them. Linda, that is not an easy thing to do. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. You know? Anybody will go crazy in that kind of environment. So I'm pretty much just adding the lightest little hints of red here by doing the very thin kind of strip. Just to give the tower some kind of play. All the good stuff is far from me. That sucks. Let's see. I have a ways to go with this whole situation here. The water is going to be the last thing that I'm going to add. And then the little dolphins, I'll figure out how I stick them in there. Salad spinner paint. You know, we DIY everything else, so that would not be a first. That would not be shocking news right there. That would actually be pretty cool to see how that works. The salad spinner spinning paint. Let's see here. It's got a little thin on me. It's red. Let's get into this part of it. Trying to get on with this lighthouse is taking me forever. Forever and ever. Let's see, they have none at Walmart for a few bucks. Want to try a video. That will be so much fun to look at. I'm in for anything that makes a mess. We're almost there. We're almost at the bottom. Almost at the bottom. This is one weird lighthouse, but it'll do. That sky is slowly starting to grow on me. It looks very busy. So let's see. Okay, this red just got all watered out on me. Come on, Bubba. Give me what I need. Give me what I need. Give me what I need. And I think what I'm gonna do is make I'm gonna make a lot of these parts here red. Just to make it pop, I guess. Carmen, the sky is the rest. Well, I'm glad you like it, Brandy. That makes me feel so much better. I'm probably gonna use metallics for the water, just to make the water kind of a different, make it shiny and all glistening and stuff. I'm probably gonna use some of the waxes in green and probably some blues now that I have a blue, and see how that looks on water, as water, with all of this other crazy stuff going on here. So we are almost there, you guys. And then again, if I don't get to, what time is it? Oh, it's only 7:30. Um, I might get a chance to do this outer fan, which I've been wanting to do for a while. So if I do, then that'll be up next. But what I'll do is that I'll stop this stream when I'm done with this, and then I'll put the next stream up, so that I give my phone a few minutes to charge up, because I know that's gonna take me a little bit of time, and then I'll come back today within like the next 20 minutes or so after I'm done with this, so that I could get some water, and let that camera kind of reset itself a little bit, so that I could come on and stream the next part, which is gonna be the altar fan. So hopefully you guys are in for a double treat today. Why I just cleaned that brush and put it right back in the blue? The things we do, the things we do. Sometimes they have no rhyme or reason. So let's see. Um, let's see. This one came out pretty light. I'll just darken this red one up ever so. Okay, so we're almost there. All right, I've made it to the bottom. And I think the next time that I do a sky, I'm gonna do it backwards than what I did today, how I started it by making all these textures first, or trying to create the sky in a texture. I mean, I know that the picture was like that, but I think where I messed up at, or at least where my mind started to get confused, was because I should have started it the way that I did this bottom by just laying the color flat, and then I should have gone in with the sponge and added the purple clouds and just all the other things, which is why this sky kind of looks, I mean, it looks, I guess it looks overall good on camera because I can see it like on the monitor, and it looks decent, but I think it would have came out so much better if I would have done it the other way around. I would have definitely had a better looking sky if I had did it the other way around, but this is how we learn. Usually when you do the regular blue sky, it's so much easier because, I mean, you're just working with white and blue. How hard is that, you know? Like, you can really kind of play with that and create a nice, bright kind of day. But with the way that this was happening for me today, it was just like the colors were very dark. I'm not used to working with oranges and purples as kind of like the main focus of anything that I do. So that was a little bit new for me, but it was good because I learned. I learned something from it today, so it was a good thing. Thanks, Dana. Gracias, Isabel. I'm glad you guys like it because at the end of the day, like I always say, I come here and I create mostly for you guys, not so much for me. Um, I do it as a way of relief for myself, but you know, I come in to do it with you guys. Otherwise, I'd probably be very bored and I would paint, but I probably wouldn't paint as much as, you know, or I wouldn't create as much as I do because I come create for you guys. So it definitely keeps me motivated and keeps me coming back. So let's see. So I grabbed some red and some black together. Um, I don't necessarily know what I'm trying to achieve, but I don't want it to be so red and I don't want it to be so black. I want it to be like somewhere in between, so that I can hopefully add kind of like some in between levels here. A little bit of separation kind of happening there. Where's that color I just made? Right here. It's almost like a burgundy for some reason. It looks like a burgundy to me, but not really. I'm the same way. I'm the same way, Tina. I'm the same way. It's like you think you got it, and then the next thing you know, it's like, dang it. So I'm gonna And I'm the worst at putting my hands on my projects as I'm working on them. I don't know if you guys do that, but I am literally the worst at doing that. I constantly put my hands right on the wet paint or on the glued area. Like, I am the worst at that. So there's some kind of a housing here. And I'm trying to capture where this light is actually coming from, which is not going to be easy. Um, so I'm trying to kind of capture this whole situation here. I've never seen a lighthouse up close, so I have no idea how this thing is really actually housed. So right now I'm kind of using my imagination because even the picture doesn't show me too much um, of how it's supposed to be. Let me flip this over so I can get a better angle. I hope my camera angle is good. I didn't even check that today. I should have checked that a little bit more. Alright, so I kind of got this thing going here. I kind of housed it, if you will. Um, this thing should have some kind of windows, so I'm gonna add some kind of window here. I'm gonna go over this. I think I did it worse for you guys. You guys can really see now, right? Thanks, Joy. You'll make it, Tina. You'll make it. Then I think here I'm gonna add the main doorway there, and then the main entry. For the most part, right? For the most part, that'll do. Just so dun 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 dun. Let's see. Finish with the black here. And a little bit of black there. You guys can't even see what I'm doing, can you? I'm trying to figure out where is the camera. There we go. Bye, Dana. Thanks for hanging out. We'll worry about that in a minute. Okay, I need a little bit more blue. A little bit of white. Finish just the same color that we did the other part of it, and then I'll add some red somewhere in there just to keep the color going. Feel better, Dana? Let's see. Grabbing some of this red. Probably what I should have done, I should have done this from the get. All right, so this lighthouse is almost done. Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. I have this thing here, bugging the hell out of me because I put this line right through it. Alright, so let's get into this gray area here in the bottom. So I'm just going to bring this white right into this blue here, a little bit of black. So I got somewhat of a grayish kind of color. And I'm just going to very loosely kind of go into this whole little area here. And he's got to have some way of walking in and out of his lighthouse, so I'm going to try to give him somewhat of a walkway. And I'm just going to dab in paint just to make it look very rugged and jagged. Like it's just very, very kind of like unbalanced land. Cobblestone. Yes. I'll probably add a few different color pebbles or something there. Maybe it gets a little lighter. Light kind of shining on it. I think it's a little darker. Then a little darker. Because the light is not facing here. The light is facing there. So it's not necessarily facing in this little spot right here. So yes. So let's see, cobblestones. So for cobblestones, we're gonna get some of this yellow. And cobblestones are those little like different pieces of rock, right? Different color like pebbles, like huge pebbles, right? Because maybe I'm thinking of it the wrong way. I'll just dab in different colors. Let's some red in there. There we go. It's all day tomorrow. I mean, I guess depending on whenever the ladies can get the videos up, Tina. Alrighty, so there goes that. I'm not 100% satisfied, but it'll do. It'll do. For my very first lighthouse painting, not too bad. Now to get this water in there, I'm looking for my green. Green, turquoise, and blue. And then I'll add any other colors, I guess. I'll add gold to it, but I'll add gold to it as I go. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of this majestic purple to the sky. Just in different little spots, just to add a little bit of shimmer to some of the clouds. But that's as far as that's going to go. I'm not going to overwork it too much. This is the gold here. So, as far as this water is concerned, I'm going to do it right on the lid. I'm going to work it right off the lid. And I'm going to start with the blue. I'm going to start it right in with the blue. And I'm just going to start pushing it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm just going to start pulling in from the sides. And I'm just kind of streaking it in there, just allowing it to kind of come in. And I'm going to do the same thing to all the colors until I have them all in there. And now I'm going to add a little bit of the green. This is the Elegant Emerald. Just kind of pull those in. Can you guys see that well? Thank you. See, when you guys say stuff like that to me, I know that I did something right. I'm like, okay, some things might not work out, but other things do. So it just lets me know, okay, I did it right. So I'll keep that in mind. So when I do rocks again, I'll know how to go about it. Because every time I do something for someone, I always do it different. It's like my mind is always debating on, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Now going in with a little bit of the turquoise and pretty much doing the same thing and just kind of coming in from the sides. This is a little bit too thick. I want it lighter than that. I want it lighter than that. So just kind of coming in from the side so that I have all three of these colors kind of going in there. And if you notice, I'm leaving that center spot kind of light because I do have to bring in some kind of light into that spot there. So that's where the gold is gonna come into play. But before I add some of that gold, I'm gonna go into it with a very light orange, just so that I have something that the gold is kind of reflecting off of. And I hope this works out, but I'm gonna really water that orange down because I don't want it to be too thick. I just want that very light kind of orangey color there. And I'm gonna lighten that up a little bit with some yellow. So I really want that light, really, really, really light. And I'm just pretty much using the flat side of my brush, and I'm just kind of letting it kind of lightly go in there. And that's it for that. I'm so glad you like it. So let me just give you guys before I go into the final step. So we got the little lighthouse. But if you guys can see, I kind of messed up by making the thing shorter. So I ended up having some kind of an issue there. But I'll fix that somehow, some way. So that's the lighthouse. This is like the rock area there. I left that area white. I just painted that in with a little bit of orange, watered down, orange and yellow. And then this is like the sky. And then these are like the stormy clouds that are coming in. And again, my whole issue is I just don't like the way that I transition these kind of clouds with more of the flatter sky. Like this area, for some reason, I think is the cardboard got really messed up. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but there's some funky stuff happening there. So I didn't really want to take the paint as I was trying to blend it in. I didn't really want to take it, but there's always a little snafu and everything. Thanks, Brandy. Don't have to be innocent. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at, straight lines. I think we've covered that topic before here. I am not the greatest at straight lines. Actually, I'm not. I'm one of the worst people when it comes to making a straight line. So I'm just gonna go in here with a little bit of this gold, and I just lightly wanna bring this in, kind of like from the angle here, and just let it kind of go all the way out. So the gold is kind of going everywhere. And then I'm gonna add another layer of the blue, the greens, and everything. Now that I have my my like yellowish, orangey situation happening here, now I can go into it with some of the other colors. And I still somehow have to make dolphins pop out of here, which I don't know if I should even do that. What do you guys think? Should I leave the dolphins out of it and just leave it alone? I'm in fear of messing it up, to be honest with you guys, by adding the dolphins. Um, so I don't know. I'm very, very leery of going in with that whole dolphin situation. I mean, if that's something that you guys want to see, I'll do it. But if you really could live without it, then so can I. So I'm just very lightly going over it. As you guys know, this is more of a watercolor how I use it. Um, so I'm just kind of going over it very lightly, very loosely, just to get some of that green in there. I don't want to cover too much of that yellow up. Let me get a little bit of this white, just so that I can add a little bit of white in there. I will. I will. I listen. I listen. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I won't add no dolphins to it. Just adding the tiniest little amounts of the sky, the orangeness of the sky into it. Very little amounts, just so that it has some kind of reflective property, you know. Yes. Thanks, Claudia. So, Miss Jackie, you missed it. I did the painting for you. You know, the painting that you have requested to see. You're going to have to come back and watch it now. Because I pretty much did the whole thing already. Um, with the exception of the dolphins, because we kind of decided not to go with the dolphins in the situation, because it really wasn't working out for me the way I wanted to. So we kind of left the dolphins out of it for now. So yeah, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow my phone to kind of get a little bit of charge, if you will, and I am going to add some glitter to this. I'm gonna let my phone catch a little bit of charge, and then I'll come back, I guess, and do, what time is it? I have more or less like an hour or so to try to alter this this fan that I want to alter. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of glue on here. Since I am going to pretty much seal this, I'm gonna matte seal it real quick. Where is it? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna seal this whole painting up, and what I'm gonna do is, where is it? That's not it. What is this? What is this? No, that's not it. That's not it. Well, I'm trying to find something here. I don't know where I put it. I gotta find it. It's gotta be somewhere. I have a high gloss finisher which I want to finish this thing off with. But what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to brush on, this is gloss. I'm going to brush on some of this decoupage gloss thing on it, and then I'm going to do like a light source of glitter, of the fine glitter, so that it looks like it's shining down. The first thing that I'm going to focus on is obviously the light, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the shimmer right here in this little bottom area there with the gold. And then once that dries, then I'll do the whole thing over, like I'll coat the whole thing. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. And I just want to paint this little area real quick before I go into this. I'm going to add a little bit of this purple paint right into this little spot right here. And then that way, if you guys are up to it, you can come back and catch me in a few minutes, and I'll do the thing. If not, we can leave it for another day. Like, it's up to you guys. So it's 8:06 now. So let me add this glitter on this thing real quick, and then, like I said, I'll come back and then I'll add I'll do the other part. Once I get this whole situation resolved, more or less. Let me close that up. And then I'll give you guys a quick preview of this before I close it down and put it to dry for good. But for the most part, I really did like how it came out at the end. So I'm glad I stuck with it. I really love this water. I love parts of the sky, not all of the sky. I really love this bottom piece. I definitely love the shore area. I really like how that came out. So overall, I would say that I am satisfied with it. I could definitely do a little bit better, but you know, it takes a little bit of practice for that. So for it being my very first time, I think I did okay. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So I kind of want to get this light source. It kind of just shoots out this beam of light. It is kind of coming from there. And in order for me to do that all the way, I kind of have to add this glue on here, because the beam of light is coming from inside. And then we're just going to slightly sprinkle on here some glitter. Because glitter makes everything pretty. And it's drying already. I haven't even finished. This glue dries fast. Come on, don't do this to me. I don't want to blotch it all up. I just want glue. Alright, so I'm going to put that in water. Where is my glitter? So I'm going to put it in my hand actually, because I don't want to oversaturate it with glitter. I just want it to ever so slightly kind of shine. And since I'm not good at doing a light source, let's call this the magical lighthouse. Thank you, darling. Very lightly, because again, I don't want to overwhelm this, but I do want it to have a nice amount of you know, glitter kind of coming out of it. Let me shake the excess off. Look, this is my daughter. This is what she does to my papers. She comes and she sits at my desk and she does this stuff. I wake up to all kinds of drawings. So, let me get a brush so that I can brush off a lot of this excess. It's gotta be a soft brush. And obviously everything that you see that is white there is all going to dry clear. So all you're going to get is just this burst of glitter that is kind of coming from this lighthouse once it is all said and done. And I'll probably end up, you know what, I'll just do it now. I'm going to add just a little bit, brush on just a little bit of the glue so that I can sprinkle on just a little bit of this glitter on here as well. Very lightly. Because I don't want it to cover up what I did as far as painting. I just wanted to have a very light kind of undertone. So now we have some glitter. This is what I love about this fine dust. It's so fine. It's not chunky at all. And look at all that. I mean, that did it for me. So now I'm a happy camper. Yay! So with that being said, you guys, give me a few minutes. Let me put all of this stuff away from my desk. Let me let my phone catch a little bit of juice. And I'll come back with you guys in a little bit. So stay tuned. So good, Brandy. Go get your food and all of that stuff going. It's gonna be 8 o'clock or it's 8:14. So I would say give me like I have to see how much battery my phone got. So if anything, I'm gonna put like one of the announcements that I put, you know, that I'm going live, and I'll let you guys know what time. If for any reason I see that it's getting late because my phone is really, really dead, then if anything, we'll just catch it tomorrow, or the next day. But I'll try to come back, you guys, so that we can do the fan, because I really want to get that done. So yeah, I'm so happy. Well, if I do that, Jackie, it'll probably be within a couple of weeks or so, or maybe within a couple of sessions, so that I can get some other stuff in there. But that'll definitely be something that I could do, or I can try to do. This one was challenging for me, so I like a challenge. Um, and I'm definitely up and open for any of you guys' ideas and inputs on things that you would like to see me try or do. I really, really like that. And it challenges me to try new things and come out of my normal comfort zone, because we all end up getting stuck with certain patterns, doing things in a certain kind of way. And it's always good to kind of challenge your creativity and just push those walls back a little bit. And above all things, stick to it, because you never know how it's going to end up. I literally almost scrapped it. I love it now. Honestly, I really, really like it now. The more I look at it, the more everything just pops, and I'm in love. So, thank you guys for watching me. And if I don't see you again today, you guys are all awesome. But hopefully I will. But if I don't, stay tuned. Tomorrow's Christmas in July hop. And I'll probably be doing some form of live streaming tomorrow to kind of show you guys what I made or what I'm going to make, because I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do that. So I'll probably be working on that sometime either during the night or early in the morning, or I might just do it live with you guys. I'm still debating on how I want to do this. So tomorrow is something green, and that's my favorite color. So hopefully I come out with something cool. And I shall hopefully see you guys in a little bit of time. Thank you guys so much for joining me as always. Hi, Sherry. Um, And hopefully I'll see you guys, you know, soon. So cross your fingers. Keep them crossed. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. And look at all the sparkle. I can't believe I did this. Like, this is like one of my first actual paintings. I'm so like proud of myself right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Bye for now.